Sometimes the quietest moments hide the deepest stories. Every morning, before the world woke up, she would sit in front of her mannequin and begin braiding. Not for a tutorial, not for beauty, not even for practice. She braided because it was the only thing that made her feel connected to something she had lost. Her hands moved gently, almost like a ritual, as if every strand carried a memory, and every twist whispered something she wasn't ready to say out loud. People saw a simple braid, but she knew there was a secret woven into every part. One day, a student watched her closely. She noticed how carefully the braid wrapped from ear to ear, how the pattern was always the same, how her teacher's breathing changed the moment she started. Finally, she asked, "Why this braid? Why do you always make it exactly like this?" The woman paused. Her fingers froze mid-air. A small smile appeared, the kind of smile that hides more than it shows. And she said softly, "Because this braid carries a story." Years ago, before life became complicated, before loss carved its mark on her heart, she used to braid this exact style for her mother. Whenever her mother felt tired, overwhelmed, or quietly sad, she would sit on the floor, rest her head in her daughter's lap, and whisper, "Just braid my hair, it helps me breathe." So she did, slowly, lovingly, carefully. Her mother always said, "Every knot you make pulls a little bit of my pain away." And back then, she didn't understand what that meant. She just thought it was something mothers say. But now, she knew exactly what her mother had felt. Then came the day everything changed. The day her mother didn't come home. The day silence became heavier than words. For months, she couldn't touch a single strand of hair. Not hers, not anyone's. The world felt too loud, too empty, too sharp. Until one afternoon, she walked past a shop window and saw a mannequin head. Plain, still, waiting. She bought it without thinking, took it home, sat down, and for the first time in months, she braided again. Not to teach, not to create, but to remember, we can. She realized something that day. When she braided, she wasn't just moving her hands. She was speaking to her mother, to her memories, to the parts of herself she thought she had lost. Every twist felt like a heartbeat. Every loop felt like a breath. Every finished braid felt like a small piece of healing. She whispered to the mannequin, "When I braid like this, it feels like she's still here." And somehow, in that quiet room, it truly did. So when her student asked about the braid, she didn't explain everything. Some stories are too sacred to tell all at once. She simply said, "This braid isn't just a hairstyle. It's a way to rebuild yourself one strand at a time." And from that day on, her student began braiding too. Not just to learn, but to feel, to heal, to understand. Because sometimes, a simple braid can carry a whole world inside it.
Thank you.